Alright guys, here we are today. Sorry the voice is a little bit shot from Monday Night Raw last night. I was able to head over to Best Buy early this morning, get there when they got opened up. For some reason, they never put the Best in the World Blu-ray on in-store pickup availability. I was told that my Best Buy received 6 copies of the Blu-ray, so I guess wrestling is a little bit over to the fact that they're bringing in more than their normal 2. But CM Punk is a big star. It is his first DVD/Blu-ray. So I was able to get over there early and pick it up. Everybody's seen the cover. Hell, everybody on YouTube that might be checking this video might have already seen the documentary that has already been uploaded onto YouTube. But there it is, the inside. The normal Blu-ray packaging with the underneath the discs. You get your match listings through there. This one right here for me, I'm buying this mostly for the documentary right there for you. They threw on a few of the matches. Looking over the first disc, nothing on there is really jumping out at me. But if you are not a guy that normally buys DVDs and you're thinking about buying this, the documentary for me is enough to go out and buy this. But for me, you pop this out and you check out disc 2. This has 2 matches on there that is well worth it if you don't buy DVDs. The John Cena vs. CM Punk Money in the Bank match from 2011. That is cash money in the bank right there. You will love that match, and everybody should have that in their whole collection. And then also, you have Daniel Bryan vs. CM Punk this year, Over the Limit. That was an excellent, spectacular match that more than likely you're not going to buy the Over the Limit 2012 DVD just to have that. But it's tossed on here pretty much for free. So that's well worth it. Plus, if you buy the Blu-ray, it comes with an exclusive match. Mysterio vs. Punk from Armageddon of 2008. That is a Intercontinental title match. Honestly, I don't know anything about that match off the top of my head. More than likely, Punk wins. So you mean you're getting a little bit more. Plus, you're getting the better stuff with this stuff in HD for you. So I honestly would say make sure you pick this up on Blu-ray. Right there is the back. Like I've said, mostly everybody in the world has seen this because he is CM Punk. He is the best in the world. It's been on YouTube for about a week. Are you checking out my apple? Don't be looking at my apple. That guy the other day wouldn't share his pizza with me. But that's my lunch. And everybody have a good day. Best in the world, Best Buy. Head on over. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I think everybody in the world by now has picked up the CM Punk Best in the World Best of Documentary 2-disc, 3-disc set, one way or another. I don't think you need to hear another review on this. I think everybody in the world and their mother either owns this, and I honestly don't really like to watch reviews of DVDs that I own. So all I can say is go out and buy this if you don't have it. The matches make this worth this 1,000 times over. Everybody was buzzing about a CM Punk documentary for over a year. Everybody was trying to guess what was going to be in there, what would be talked about, what wouldn't be talked about. CM Punk on Twitter basically said he took control over this and he wasn't going to let him have some normal WWE documentary with, pussy bands on there doing his stuff. All in all, I really honestly couldn't tell the difference between this documentary and any other documentary that they've put out. Any music that he got put in there or anything like that, I really couldn't tell the difference. There's a lot of really good insight on the documentary, to the things that happened in his past, a lot of stuff about Ring of Honor, and one thing that I really realized is that either the writers for WWE are huge Ring of Honor marks, or maybe just CM Punk likes to reuse his stuff over again, but everything he's done for a good period of time that really got him to the spot he was at now is all stuff that he did at Ring of Honor, and he's just doing the same thing over again. He basically says the whole thing with him taking the title and leaving with it was just a way of throwing back to the Ring of Honor days. Basically, because of that, I went out and I picked up the Summer of Punk DVD from Ring of Honor. This is a 2-disc set. I think this has been out for maybe, if not close to a year. I wanted to buy this WrestleMania weekend when I was at the Ring of Honor show. They didn't have a deal on the DVDs, so I kept on waiting for a deal to come up, but I bought this off my buddy Nightmare88 off of YouTube, otherwise known as Phil, or Assault and Battery 777's One Night Stand in Miami for WrestleMania. But this right here is something that's really talked about. Basically, the word was going to get out that CM Punk was going to leave Ring of Honor, and he'd signed a developmental deal to go to WWE. And everybody expected, like everybody does in the indies, is that when you sign a deal, basically you drop a title and then you move on, about your way. And CM Punk said that wasn't the way he wanted to go out. He wanted to help Ring of Honor get to the best spot they could get in, and basically he showed up and everybody cheered the hell out of him. He won, which surprised the hell out of everybody, and then he slapped everybody in the face and turned heel, and had a good run with the title where everybody kept thinking every show he was at was going to be his last show. Nobody thought that he was going to be at the next one, and he basically just kept winning and winning and winning until he finally got to the point where he left for WB. But a lot of people can say that he helped to get Ring of Honor to a spot that it was in. I was one of those people when he debuted on ECW. I had heard of his name, but never seen one of his matches, just mainly from trading DVDs and stuff like that. It's just sort of like, I'd always hear about him in Ring of Honor, but never really gave him a chance. But that's good stuff. I'll definitely check that out. Thanks, Phil. But back to this. Make sure if you haven't picked this up already, or maybe if you just bought the what is this? The DVD. Go out and buy the Blu-ray. It's only going to cost you a few dollars more, and it's packed with tons and tons of more hours of footage. Basically, the extras, which fill up the second disc of the Blu-ray. Everything in the special features on there for you. There's a ton of shit. Plus, you get the extra match of Punk vs. Mysterio. Me and my buddies on Skype. I think everybody knows who everybody is in there. Part of the clique. We all watched this in a matter of 2 days. I didn't join for the second night. I apologize. But I had other plans. But tons and tons of good stuff. Highlights of that for me is I think everybody's talked about the 10-minute WrestleMania day for CM Punk. You can see him do this, that, and the other on there. Going through his Mania day, and you see him mark out for his own pyro when he finds out he's going to get it. Other highlights when they were going through the documentary, a big part of his career that was left out for me was him doing that little stint when he was commentating when he, I think it was his hip or his butt, or he got hurt somehow and he was commentating for a while, which led him to him coming into the Nexus, taking over the new Nexus, and leading into the whole Randy Orton thing. At WrestleMania 27, basically what we find out from there when you're watching the special features is he hated it, and that was one of the worst points he was in his career, where he hated it. Basically, they told him he was going to work with John Cena on TV until he got to WrestleMania. He was just his on-screen opponent or something like that, they called him, and he took huge offense to that. And you also sort of learned that they were really trying to sign him, but also, if you remember, before Money in the Bank, he went on that long losing streak on pay-per-views. That was mostly because that was WWE's way of trying to sign him, and if he wasn't going to sign, they weren't going to push him and make him look good, even though every time he went out there, it's hard to make CM Punk look bad, when he's wrestling against top stars that they're trying to help enhance by beating CM Punk on TV. Now, the new Nexus stuff, that was some of my favorite stuff. And for him to say that was the worst part of his career, that would suck. It reminded me a lot of when Luke Cage met Roddy Piper for the first time, and he was talking to him about WrestleMania 3 and, boxing Mr. T. And Roddy Piper looks at that as one of his low lifes in his career. And I don't know if I'll ever have the chance to meet CM Punk again, but if I did, I mean, no one else could talk to him about that anymore. But that was fun stuff. Like I said, this is well worth the $20 if that's what it cost you or anything like that. Make sure you pick it up. The second half of the matches are outstanding. There's one match there from Ohio Valley Wrestling. I don't know if he was really trying to help out Brent Albright by putting that match in there, but to me, honestly, that match was borderline terrible. It has a good angle at the end with Punk, kayfabing an injury. But the beginning part of that match is just really weird. You get to see him win his Money in the Bank. He cashes in for the first time. His tag team title win, his Intercontinental title win. You get basically every highlight of his along the way. The really good match between him and Morrison for the ECW title at I think that was on an ECW show is when that was. And I'm not 100% sure when he finally won the belt, but yeah, he did because WrestleCrap Radio did commentary for it. But I don't know. Like I've said, you've seen this. 8 minutes is way too long. Make sure you pick this up. Best in the world, Stevie Breach. Thank you guys. I'm out.